You are now listening to The Mayor's Office, where your hosts Adriel and the Mayor talk about sports, music, life, and everything in between. Let's get started.
Friday the 13th.
You should say prayer.
I know. I should definitely pray to the Most High, Kendrick Lamar.
Jeez. Okay.
That's how I'm feeling.
That's how you're feeling today. Feel like you're a big stepper.
I'm a big stepper. Mr. Mayor and the Big Steppers.
Maybe it has to be another AKA. Like you add the big steppers.
No, I was listening back to the podcast. I realized I have too many AKAs now.
Or with Peso Poppy?
With Peso Poppy, it's like, that's it. You do more than two, it's like the listeners they're not having it. You feel me?
Yeah, I got 3 AKAs. I'm thinking about adding one more.
4 AKAs?
Listen, my goal is that you're confused between the AKAs and my real name.
It's nice when you get mentioned in public by one of your AKAs. You know what I mean? Like, people are just starting to call me Mayor instead of Ralph.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
First, because I felt like the Mayor was too long.
Yeah.
But now they're like, yo, Mayor. And even when I get texts, it's like Mayor. I like that.
Okay.
It's going to take a bit longer for Peso Poppy.
Yes.
I don't think anybody's calling me the last Airbender.
I'm not called about Peso Poppy. I was not doing that.
Nah, I can't have a grown man calling you Peso Poppy. Any type of Poppy.
Yeah, what?
Do you think the OVO man's called Drake Champagne Poppy?
Nah, you gotta say
just
champagne.
To get in the crib?
Nah, just champagne.
Just champagne?
If Drake makes him do that to get in the crib,
that's wild.
He's nasty. He's nasty.
I hope not. He
would though. I feel like he's the type of guy he is.
Oh my God.
When you made YK sing for his bet.
Yo, YK be at the crib, I'm always seeing videos of YK at the crib.
Drake owns YK shares.
Don't kill me. I still don't know one YK song off the top of my head. Not knocking him, but I just don't know it. I just don't know it.
Him and Jacquees don't know a single track.
Jacquees got the remixes on deck though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not I don't know the one. I know the one.
I hear you. Wow. So the listeners, the watchers, the experience sees. We got a voice back on the podcast, everybody.
Yes.
Adriel Smiley Official is back.
Yes.
He was injured. I didn't know what to do. I turned to some friends that came through. But you are back, the other half of the Mayor's Office podcast.
I felt like Chris Middleton out the game.
Second round.
And Bobby Portis and Brooke Lopez came through double each. So, like what's happening in real life, I'd say if this was a series, we stayed up. You know what I'm saying? The championship is not lost.
I mean, the show has to go on. We're not doing no Ishin. What are they from? Ishin Ice. That wasn't Ishin Ice. One of my brethren linked me. He's like, yo, are you really Joe Buddening Adriel right now? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that to Adriel.
No, I didn't even think of that.
This is a 50-50 thing. If I was injured, I would expect Adriel to come to 1990 studio, shameless plug, and come and record the podcast without me. So
that's a good one. I didn't think about it being Ishin Ice.
Nah, don't worry.
Yo.
You're still Rory and Maul over here. You're good, man.
That's funny. Listen, it's good to be back, man. I feel it feels like we haven't recorded it now. You know how long, and because we're at a new spot, so it's like inaugural new pod.
It's our first time in the studio together. Yeah.
What are we episode 12 now? 13?
No, 13. See, you've been away from the game. Fam.
Yeah. I'm out the game. 13 out of 13th.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's something. Okay,
that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? Ashalam.
Yeah.
I shall pray.
Listen, place your bets.
Seems like a good day is about to happen today. I feel like a good pod is about to happen today. I walked in. Chris had good energy. You walked in. You came with your bro. You and your bro have plans after the podcast.
Yeah. We're gonna see Dave, the young goat. Everyone saw Dave yesterday on social media when Drake came out. I'm assuming we're not getting no Drake today. But I would take, some kind of person coming out. Yeah. As far as we know, there's no openers. So,
And this is going to be at Rebel. And the first day was at History?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to tell your Rebel story quick before we do the intro?
I said it on an earlier podcast, but I did.
Tell people again. I just think it's so
I went
funny.
to Rebel to watch A$AP Ferg. I like A$AP Ferg. I geared up to watch A$AP Ferg. And I get to Rebel. A$AP Ferg records 5 songs. And they proceed to play EDM for the entire night. So it wasn't the best night for me. I do not pray for this for you, though.
I think I'm getting a proper show. What it sounds like is that they sold it as a concert, but they told Ferg it was a walkthrough. And he was like, I'm walking through. This is what
I mean, I do the same thing. Get the big bucks.
Yeah. Feel me? So, that's definitely not going to happen. I think Dave's giving us a full show. But listen, Mayor's Office Podcast, episode 13.
Yes.
Finally back, finally famous. Your boy Adriel Smiley Official, adrielsmiley.com, aka The Godfather. We're here with the mayor. Are we adding a fourth AKA?
No, we're just going to keep it at
Okay.
the two. I've been told
Mhm.
from my friends, family, and close aficionados that 2 nicknames is enough.
Okay, fair enough.
But I gave them 3
Okay.
instead. So what I'm going to do is tell everybody who I am is Ralph, a.k.a. the mayor, a.k.a. the last airbender, a.k.a. Peso Poppy. And yeah, as you said, this is episode 13, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. It's like good weather today. Kendrick Album Day.
Whew.
So it's like
Big stepper.
Yeah, it feels like it's some kind of holiday. Like it's obviously not, but it feels like it's some kind of like unofficial holiday at least.
This day wasn't gonna feel special to me if Kendrick didn't drop. It would have just been another Friday. You feel me? But the music industry is standing still once this man drops. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
We're not even gonna talk about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers yet. We're gonna get to it.
Okay.
Because we're both Kendrick guys.
Mm-hmm.
I need to ask you, what artists have the industry standing still for when they plan to release an album?
I would say Adele is probably the top of that list. Jay-Z is on that list as well. Drake would be on that list.
Definitely.
Kendrick would have to be on that list. I would say that Cardi B is on that list.
You think Cardi B is on that list? The
For
industry
sure.
stands still when Cardi B is about to release.
When Cardi B comes back, when it happens,
for this upcoming album.
Yeah, she only has one album, and the first time people still didn't want those problems, but it was the way the album came out. You couldn't avoid her.
I think there's a lot of, I wouldn't even just say female rappers. I think there's a lot of rappers in general that might duck Cardi B's release date. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not the biggest Cardi fan, but I have to agree with numbers.
All genres are gonna duck Cardi B when Cardi B
is ready.
When Cardi B is ready. And I think the other person we probably got to add to that list is Bruno Mars and Ed Sheeran.
Bruno Mars on the single. Okay, not him and
when he comes back solo, I'm sure it's all gonna stop for him when he comes back solo. And then Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran's another one. Yeah. So I guess there's quite a few artists that the industry stops for, because I feel like I looked at every Friday, what I tend to do, I look at this list of like who's dropping singles and full projects, and the list outside of Kendrick was very weak.
I looked to it. I said, yeah, who's brave enough to do it?
You know what I mean?
And it's like you can't.
You have to have some balls to drop on the day that Kendrick drops, because it's been how long? 6 years since the last album? 5 or 6 years, something like that.
Gotta be. Because I seen him on tour like 5 years ago, and that was the second.
That was the second damn tour. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, he did, I think it was today, he did say that he is doing a Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers
I'm in
world tour.
I'm in a group chat for a tour already.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's big.
We have a tour group chat already going. People are talking
yeah.
about dates. Yeah, it's not a game.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of shows, speaking of tours, I ended up going to the Conway The Machine show. Performed at Danforth Music Hall. Focal Conway, Focal Griselda, he did his thing. He commanded the stage. You feel me? But I came to a realization, I'm getting old. And because of the fact that I'm getting old, I need to go to concerts where I can sit down. So I ended up getting a mezzanine seat, and it was the greatest experience I ever had in my life.
You had a mezzanine seat at the Conway show?
At the Conway show. I can't do the stand-up, jumping, phone in the air. I can't do that anymore.
I think that all of that screams old. And like, one, it's the Conway show, and then the mezzanine seat at the Conway show.
Yeah.
But that's like such a vibe. Like, the 21-year-old you would be so proud.
Oh, for sure.
So proud.
People were smoking in that section.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me?
Cozy.
Drinking, chilling, cozy, like no bumping, none of that. You want to get up? You can get up. You want to sit down? You can sit down. I ended up taking my girl, and she's not a Conway fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, you went with your lady, so you definitely had to get somewhere comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. But she fuck with the vibe. She's actually listening to Conway now. In the gym, I converted her into a Conway fan.
That's big time.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to slowly transition her to Benny, but yeah.
Yo, fingers crossed. Yeah, that's a hard transition to do, but listen, if you got Conway, you're basically in. Like, the last, frontier is getting her into West Side Gun.
Yeah.
Like,
she's like, who's West Side? I'm like, the do guy that you hear in the background. You feel me?
Yeah.
So she's gonna be listening to that. I wanted to take a second, guys. I wanted to congratulate
Thank you.
Adriel Smiley. Adriel Smiley has a show called The Cool Table. He's been doing this show for years. And he just hit episode 200. So let's get a round of applause for Adriel.
Thank you.
How you feeling? How's episode 200?
Man, it was fun. It was fun. Like, just getting to 200 it felt good, because I remember when we started the show, we were like, yo, we're kind of way to 100. That was like something we say every episode. So we got to 200 now. It's like, it's crazy that we even made that far. And then as well, 100 was maybe like a month or so before the pandemic. Like, we did a live show for that as well. And it was right before the pandemic happened. So it's like the first show we've done since the pandemic has happened. So it was like, all right, we're back outside. We made it through the pandemic, kind of signifying that a little bit.
Can you tell the people what the Cool Table is? Because the listeners here might not be some of the listeners from the Cool Table.
That is fact. That is fact. Yeah, it's a radio show. CJRU 1280 AM every Wednesday. New music. So usually we focus on Canadian artists. Not just Toronto, so like Edmonton, Halifax, but Canadian artists. And then we interview artists. We did an interview actually here a couple weeks ago. So you'll see that soon. But
shameless plug.
Yeah, of course. Listen, 1990's getting all the shout outs right now. All the shout outs. But yeah, we interview artists and they got to finish a tub of ice cream for the end of the interview. And we're doing this since 2018.
So you give these guys ice cream after the interviews?
But during the interview.
During the interviews?
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream?
Depends.
I'm interested in these things.
Yeah, we work with Eva's, and they're our ice cream sponsor. And anyone who knows about Eva's is a legendary place in Toronto.
Never had Eva's.
Eva's has like all the flavors, like
shout outs to Eva's.
Cheesecake. I feel like cheesecake.
Yeah.
Vegan chocolate chip, like everything. So
I keep hearing about this vegan ice cream, man.
Yeah.
What is vegan ice cream? I don't know what the fuck that is, bro.
I don't actually know what they use to make it, but it's just whatever's like non-dairy. So I guess they make it with soy, or they use almond milk.
So it's lactose-free ice cream?
Lactose-free ice cream.
Oh, that's good for black people. Because
that's what I'm saying. The blacks, that's why I chose Eva's. I said I gotta have somewhere that's vegan, because I know some people will chance it. I got a lot of friends in my life who are very lactose and will chance it either way.
You're sitting across from one of them, bro.
So I know how the game goes with them. Like, you should have to put your life on the line just for some ice cream.
Bro, I have this story, man. I didn't realize I was lactose.
Okay.
So there was this, at one point, there was this, when I was in university, there was this girl that I really liked, like very beautiful girl, man. A friend introduced me to her. So I end up linking her, and we end up chilling at her place, right? This is University Times, Village, you know how it is at York.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging out with her. Nothing like sexual or anything like that. We're just laying down. We're like watching something on her laptop. This is before like Netflix was really serious. So we're watching like YouTube or some shit. We had milkshakes before I started laying down. So that milkshake been settling in my stomach, yo. So I'm laying up beside her, chilling, watching whatever, and my stomach just starts going. And I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Loud.
She heard it, though?
She heard that shit, man. Man, 21-year-old Ralph was very embarrassed, but we're still friends to this day.
Tummy twerking.
But my stomach was definitely twerking.
Oh, that's a funny one. Honestly, like, now, I just confess those things. Yeah. I've literally been like with a woman and been like, I'm extremely gassy right now.
Oh yeah, my girl, she understands.
No, not even just girl. Like I don't have to know you that well. I'll let you know. I said, listen, if you smell something happens, that was me. No one's dying. I'm healthy, but that is just what's coming out of my body. You got to be honest.
Yo, man, you got to sometimes put your pride away and just come to grips with whatever you have. You know what I mean? If your tummy's twerking, your tummy's twerking, switch up.
I told Chris a story last week about how he used to fart on people. Well, that's for another time, but you already know what that's all about.
Oh my God. Just don't do it here at 1990 Studio. Shameless plug.
No, we're done with that. We're done with that.
All right, man. Kendrick has returned. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Have you heard the album? Have you listened to it?
I don't think I got all the way through. I'm trying to see what song I was on.
I was up. I was up at midnight.
Yeah, I
went to bed at 3 a.m.
I saw you posted.
I posted at 3 a.m. that this is a classic because I am that much of a Kendrick fan. I'm not demeaning anybody that didn't stay up till 3 a.m. I just need the people to know that I stayed up till 3 a.m. listening to this album back and front.
Yeah, I haven't made it all the way through. My last song I listened to was Mr. Morale, so I got a couple songs left, but
You're almost there.
I'm almost there. I don't know, man. Internet might be right this time. The internet was hyping Kendrick a lot, and I was kind of interested to see how this would go because this is the first time I've seen Kendrick kind of get so much hate before a project because people were saying that they're overhyping the Heart Part 5 and, you know, we got to chill.
Yeah, I've seen that for sure.
So I was like, this is the first time Kendrick's getting this kind of hate, but it looks like he might be right. I think this is the thing about this album to me is that it doesn't really change, I think, where you see Kendrick. If you already thought he was the GOAT to you or one of the GOATs,
yeah,
that's even more so, like, because this album is serious. If you were skeptical of him,
mm-hmm.
this album may help you a little bit, but you might still be skeptical because it is kind of more the same in terms of what he's done before.
Right.
But I like this project a lot. I feel like it's like a good mix of Untitled.
Untitled,
and Damn. Like it's like an in between of those two.
I think it's a mix of his 3 major projects up until now. Like you still get the hype beats from Good Kid, Mad City, right? The hard hitting beats. You still get the introspective Kendrick that you got from Pimp a Butterfly, social commentary, and then Damn was kind of a balance of the two. You know what I'm saying? It had a lot of songs that were even more appealing to like the average listener, the casual, right? So I feel like there's some songs that fit for everybody here. I don't want to say that Kendrick is 18 for 18 on this album, but he's looking 18 for 18 to me. I know I have recency bias, but there's a lot of songs here that really hit for me. I do need another listen though.
What's your number one song right now?
My number one song right now?
I only have one listen and I don't even know all the songs like that.
My number one song right now, it's funny. I just messaged my boy C4 about this, but it's probably Father Time with Sampha.
I like that one a lot. That one, I didn't think it was gonna be that vibe with Sampha on it, and when that like the chorus came in, that little beat switch,
chorus is so smooth.
I was like, yeah, that was cold.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I seen a few months back somebody was it was Shade Room that I saw it on. Kodak Black said, "Yo, I'm in a studio with a legend. You guys wouldn't even guess who I'm in right now." And I did not think it would be Kendrick. But yo, Kodak held his own on his shit, bro.
Yo, that track Silent Hill is pretty tough. I like Kodak's verse on it, but I'm a Kodak Black fan, and I've been trying to convince a lot of people like,
he's that guy. He's
a little crazy, but he is no joke when it comes to like
he can make music, bro.
His pen. So
yeah.
I'm happy that he got the song with Kendrick because this is the stamp I think he needed.
100%.
A lot of people are looking at him like just a trap rapper.
Exactly. And the hard hip hop heads don't realize that some of the best artists right now are finally giving Kodak his flowers. You saw Drake give Kodak his flowers. I've seen J. Cole speak well about Kodak, and Kendrick's putting him on his 4th EP. Like, that's fucking huge. You know what I mean?
Now, Kodak is one of those young goats, like, even like kind of like Dave, like those dudes who are so nice at rapping and popping in their teenage years, and they're animals. Like anyone who makes it gotta respect those dudes. Like
100%.
And Kodak, like No Flockin' Kodak Black was like 18.
Yeah,
you know, and No Flockin' was like when he was already killing shit for like a year with all these random freestyles and shit. So it's like when you see someone that age going that hard, you're just like, yeah, we know what this is about.
So was there a song that hit for you? Because I know we talked about the shit that hit for me.
N95, I like a lot.
N95 is gonna be crazy on the world tour. Tell the group chat.
Yeah, yo, N95 is gonna be one of those ones.
Yeah.
And Silent Hill, honestly, that Kodak Black verse that came at the end, I like the song that said like.
What'd you think of We Cry Together with Taylor Page?
Let me remember where We Cry Together.
That's when the couple was arguing back and forth.
Oh, and it's like, you bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that one. That song is amazing, and it's kind of interesting that Kendrick is the one to make that song.
Yeah.
I don't think we think of Kendrick as like a relationship type of artist
100%.
and all that kind of stuff.
As
but
a nigga from the hood that's been around so many domestic arguments,
yo, that one,
I felt that one. I'm not even gonna lie.
That was authentic.
I've been in some toxic like situationships that conversation like that could have come up.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like at first when it starts, you're like, oh shit, like. And then it keeps going. You're like, all right, this is just what it is, you know. Like, and when it finishes, at least the first listen, I'm like, it's crazy how much like you resonate with it, you understand it, you know. Because to some people are gonna hear that and be like, it's kind of like Malcolm and Marie. If you watch Malcolm and Marie and you kind of feel what they're saying a little bit, you're like, oh, you've been through some stuff. That's what this is. Like some people, that whole skit is foreign to them. And there's some people who like, that's like, I understand.
So is there a, how do I say this? Is there a song that you can like envision a music video for?
We Cry Together is the one.
Yeah, I could definitely envision that. Is Malcolm and Marie the movie with John David Washington and Zendaya? Yeah. That's the one that I was thinking.
Maybe that could go with
that could be the style. Yeah, the aesthetic.
That and Purple Hearts.
Purple Hearts, yeah, with Summer Walker and Ghostface.
Yeah, I think like I like the way Kendrick uses features now because especially like he could go on as J. Cole and be like, I don't need them.
Yeah,
and he could get into Lauryn Hill and just get features from people we all never heard of, but he knows what a feature means with him and what he's doing kind of for the song. Because there's some of these features I'm like the sample one, that one is like obviously different.
Yeah,
but Summer Walker, Purple Hearts, like that didn't have to be Summer Walker. He could have chosen Danny Lake, Kiana Lede.
There's a lot of women that he could have.
You know what I mean? So it's like even who he's choosing and what that means. I think he's kind of aware of that because there's a few of these that it's like, you know, you could have gotten a voice we never heard of.
Yeah, 100%.
To do that and not even gave it a credit at all. So.
I feel like there's a couple songs that Keem could have been on more than once, to be honest with you. But I understand Kendrick's like overall vision. I'm starting to listen to Blast a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started like really getting into his music. I know he had a show out here the other day. So yeah, I'm starting to kind of listen to his music. I'm fucking with him for real, bro.
Yeah, Blast being on here I thought was a good look. But I feel like Kendrick got to be up on someone like Blast for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I got a couple other questions for you, bro.
Okay.
First one. Do you feel like Kendrick's going to release more music after, because this is his last Top Dog album, right? Do you feel like he's going to release more music on his new PR Lang situation? Or at least more frequently?
I would say more frequently, but I think it's dependent on what happens with Keem and the other artists. If she's on the tour as well, or he's on the tour, I forget.
Yeah, Keem's on the tour.
The other PG Lang artists on the tour as well.
Tana Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on like what happens with them because I think making them pop will probably be the priority. Yeah,
because you saw when J. Cole really started up Dreamville, he got really, really active and he hasn't really taken his foot off the brake. But that was in conjunction with building those other artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and that took time too. Like I say this all the time. If you listen to Revenge of the Dreamers 1, that's a very different album from what we just heard.
From D-Day.
You know what I'm saying? Very different project. And that album still has a lot of the same loot, Ari Lennox, Boss. Like they're still on Dreamville at that time. Sure. And it sounds very different. So J. Cole kind of had to grow into becoming the person who's like always rapping beside his people.
Yeah.
Kendrick's already doing that, but that's not always a recipe for success from someone standing on their own.
True.
You know? So I think Kendrick might, I don't know what he would do, but I think he knows the importance of standing on your own and how big he is. So I think he might figure out a way to drive a line.
That's a good point. All right. So my next question to you, do you believe in ranking an album after one listen? Because as I said, I listened to this shit when it dropped at 12, right? Finished listening to it around 3 o'clock after like replays and shit. I went online and people are already giving it ratings. I don't believe in that shit, bro. I feel like it's too early for niggas to be giving out ratings for art. that like, you just listened to. So I don't know where your stance is on that. I don't really fuck with it. Like,
nah, even like on the Album Mode podcast, like we don't like post right away for that reason. Like, you know, at first we started doing it on Saturday, like right after the album came out, and we're like, nah, like let's have
you need to sit with the project to give it a fair chance
before we, you know, decide how we really feel about it. Because like last week, we'll talk about later, but the Jack Harlow project, first listen, me and DeMar both had way higher scores. And after a couple listens, it was
I felt the same way. So, I liked it a lot at first. And then overall, like over time, it kind of just weared off on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the first listen is important for someone like Kendrick because your favorite artist, like you'll never forget that first listen or the first time you like remember hearing a song. Sometimes on the first listen, a song might like skip past you and then you hear it again, you're like, oh, shit.
You know what I'll say about Kendrick? At least for me, every single project that he's released, the very first listen
is good.
For me, no. For me, the very first listen is good, but it's not amazing to me.
Mm.
I'm always like, yo, this is a good song, but it doesn't stick with me. He's one of those rare artists that I love that end up sticking with me the more I listen to it, as opposed to some artists I listen to and I think it's great, like I just said with the Jack Harlow shit. And then over time, it kind of fades off for me, bro. So I don't know if it's just how my brain's wired, but like I always think it's okay, but I need to be fair to the project and give it those 3-4 listens, bro.
I could understand that with Kendrick, honestly. I could really understand that because that happens to me with Kendrick's albums, like way after they've come out. Like I was listening to Damn a lot, like a couple months ago. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, you know, like, so I feel that because his stuff too is like more of it's more of an intellectual experience.
Exactly, bro. You're not gonna get that instant gratification. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like when you're dating a girl and she's straight to the physical. I mean, yo, that's great, bro. But she's not attacking your mind, bro. You feel me, essay? Like she's not attacking your mind.
That's what you feel, essay.
So that's the thing, yo. There's a lot of people that are like sapiosexuals, for example. Like you need to get that mental feeling in order to be stimulated. Yeah. But anyway, I got off on a little tangent there. But yeah, shout outs to Kendrick. This is a big album. I'm still gonna give it a few more listens. We might talk about it on another episode.
Yes.
But we did bring up the Jack Harlow tape. What's the tape called? Come Home, The Kids Need You or something like that?
Yeah, Come Home, The Kids Miss You.
The Kids Miss You. Yeah. How'd you feel about it now? Because we never got a chance to talk about it the last episode when it actually dropped. So
I still like it. I think two things. Drake is doing the Jack Harlow handoff like blatantly in our face.
Yeah.
And
it's a stimulus package. Yeah,
people are missing it, but I think people got to pay attention because I think Jack Harlow is going to step into that Drake lane in a way that people haven't really been doing.
I mean, yo, just another fair-skinned man that can rap and sing. It fits, bro.
He's doing that young heartthrob thing. Like it's opposite of hip hop in a way where there's like the Futures and the Little Babies who are like, yo, I pay for my time with women. I got the best jewelry.
Yeah.
Like, Jack is on something. Yo, I'm just young and smooth. Like it's like me because I'm smooth. And that was early Drake. You think about Best I Ever Had and that whole era. Like,
yeah.
So Jack doing that, I think is interesting. But I feel like here's the thing. He could rap.
Jack can rap. No, 100%.
He could rap, and he's a pop rapper, and I think it's up to him to just decide what music he wants to make.
Facts.
And on this album, you saw him try a bunch of different shit, but he showed me it's like it's up to him. He can decide if I want to make 10 Dua Lipas, we could go that route. If I want to make
more introspective shit, because I really fucked with his first album.
Yeah.
Well, his first studio album. I really fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? But this was a different feel for sure.
He was trying a lot of stuff.
He was chasing.
Yeah.
I felt like Dua Lipa, he was chasing the hit. First Class, he was chasing the hit. Like, I love the sample. Shout out to Fergie. But, like, it did feel like it was hit chasing.
Yeah, that's the thing, too, is I feel like he needs to find that medium because I think he has that capability that he can just write a good hook. Like, Dua Lipa, I don't love that song, but...
I don't hate it.
But like, the hook of it, how we wrote that is, like, pretty standardly well done, I would say. Like, you know, the cadence and everything. So I feel like he knows what he's doing. It's just, you know, refining it to not be as corny or things like that. But there is one song, I Do Anything to Make You Smile. That beat is crazy. That's my song. I feel like that one, there's probably 10 platinum rappers that heard that before Jack.
So how you feeling about Churchill Downs? Like, deadass, be serious.
That is the handoff right there.
That's the handoff? Saying, yo, you're next up? But how many times did Drake do that handoff, bro?
Never. I'll tell you why. Drake's never done this handoff.
All right.
This is a Drake song. This beat. When is Drake?
It is a Drake beat.
When is Drake giving anyone the like timestamp beat? He don't give no one the timestamp beats. That's one. He's giving timestamp beat away.
Fair.
He let Jack go first for. I
mean, it is Jack's album. Well, yeah. Continue.
Drake don't always let everyone go first. You know that.
Go off. Yeah.
And two, there's no hook and it's not a Drake song. The Drake Stimulus is like it's basically gonna be a Drake song and you're on it. This one is not actually just a Drake song, and he gave Drake the timestamp. So I think it's cool. I don't play it as much as I think a lot of people are. Like, I think there's other Drake songs I'd rather listen to than this, but I think this is like Drake tried to say, listen, I'm gonna make sure this doesn't fail. I'm giving you everything no one else gets.
All right, so to be Drake, right? To get that handoff and be the next version of that, right? It's past the music, right? You have to be in the public eye, but not negatively in the public eye. You feel me? Like Drake's had a lot of years where everybody was just, and to this day, everybody was just in
Yeah.
love with him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? There's not a lot of blemishes
Mhm.
publicly with Drake. You feel me? And that goes with a lot of superstars. Like if you want longevity, you have to play the public game. Like
For
look
sure.
at LeBron.
For
LeBron is
sure.
the first superstar NBA athlete that has not one
Not, like,
public
clean.
issue, nothing. You know what I mean? So do you feel like Jack can be that?
I think he can. Have you seen Jack's interviews?
I have. Yeah.
He's pretty good at the question dodging. Like he's pretty
Okay.
smooth with it. But I'll say this: on the album, there's a song "Little Secret." We're talking about his shorty who's not a shorty.
Yeah, side thing.
Then he has a song called "Side Piece," talking about a side thing.
Yeah.
Then he has his side thing to those side things. That's fine now. Jack is young and doing this thing, but
Yeah.
I don't want the internet to start calling him toxic or this, that. You know, give him the Kevin Samuels treatment.
And
That's what I'm worried about, you know. Other than that, I think he should be fine. He's young and white.
yeah,
That usually
that's
is
a good recipe
is
for
more
success.
is more than enough.
Yeah,
So
especially in
know,
the music industry. For
exactly. As long as he just respects women, he should be fine.
Sure. Okay, and be careful with said women because you never know, man. It takes one story and you're
That's what I'm
out of here,
saying.
brother.
Yeah, listen. We talk about counting bodies on a project. Counting bodies on a Jack Harlow project is a different kind of body. So you gotta be careful.
I hear that. But shout outs to Jack Harlow, man. Like I'm wishing for the best for him. He's still young. Like he doesn't seem egotistical in his interviews. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to see the best for him.
Mhm.
I also want to see the best for these two gentlemen. These YSL gentlemen. I'm
Oh,
big fans of
man.
these guys. Young Thug and Gunna caught up in this RICO case currently. Currently detained.
Prayers. I'm sending prayers up to these guys. They're treating them like Tommy and Ghost right now. And
Right? Crazy. Crazy. Yo, RICO can really fuck people up, you know?
I'll say this, like, I don't know what to make of it because I'm seeing some things that make me think that, like, at least Thug gonna have to really sit down for a minute, which is like
That's rough on the game.
crazy to think. And then the other thing too is like I think it was 23 people are in this RICO and 56 counts.
Mhm.
That's a lot of counts and a lot of people.
Yeah.
So by like just I would say by minimum, like they're gonna like a lot of their dudes are at least gonna get locked up, if not them.
I don't know enough details about the case or
Mhm.
anything like that, but what I will say is you have to form a little bit of separation when it comes to like any type of activity. I'm not saying anybody's
Mhm.
involved or not involved in anything, but there needs to be a level of separation. Like if you have a team that's doing something or needs to get something taken care of, try to distance yourself as much as possible, especially when you're the head of the snake.
It seems like that's exactly what they didn't do. That's
So,
what it feels like.
It's rough, bro.
And too, like we talked about lyrics being
Oh,
put
niggas gotta
in
stop.
court. It's like man's will really snitch on themselves. And as well, too, like I saw this, I think it was a DA was saying YSL started in 2012, affiliation with the National Blood Gang. And I'm like, and I said, yeah, Young Thug's been yellow blood for a decade. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know, it's like you put that into it. And the other thing too is I think like these guys are like, I don't know, like half affiliated from the reports I'm seeing. Like Young Thug bought a car that was used in a murder or stuff like that.
Lucci, yeah.
But I think that they're in trouble because of how much money they have.
Mhm.
That this is like again like some Tommy and Ghost shit. Young Thug can afford to like supplant an organization. It's like a real criminal organization. He can afford that.
I hear you. I don't feel that he is some big time kingpin or anything.
I don't think
like
so
that.
either. But the fact that he has the money to do it, I feel like that's making them more believe it even more.
Yeah.
That whether this organization successful or not, they can afford to be around
100%.
because of what the money that Thug makes.
This is a tough one, bro. Because I don't agree with the lyrics in court. Because some niggas be saying some wild shit in their lyrics, man. You know what I mean? And you can't hold somebody to that. Like how I could release a song right now in 1990 studio. I could release a song right now and say, yo, I killed 5 niggas last week in the street. Then I picked up something to eat. So what? If one of my homeboys comes out and killed 5 people, like I'm a part of that, like that's rough, bro. So I don't know, man.
I think here's why I don't mind it. One, because people are actually snitching their lyrics, and I would have you seen either of this, Chris? The freestyle with Bobby Shmurda?
Yeah.
Where he just snitched on himself for like 5 minutes. Like,
the clipping off, dumping off. It's murder on the block, you know it's guns involved. It's murder on the hood, you know it's drugs involved. Money, bitches running, you know everything is slum involved.
like there needs to be some kind of like
I gotta splice this shit.
yeah, there has to be some kind of like, you know, reprimanding for snitching, like some kind of rat police.
I seen the Boondocks episode when I think it was Thugnificent or whatever.
Yep.
Was snitching on himself and he got carried away, bro.
We need
that
that
15 years ago.
We need that in real life. And two, here's the thing. I feel like it gives at least them a case for an out, because if they're relying on the lyrics as evidence,
yeah,
you can clearly make a case
well,
that
some of these rappers, the lyrics aren't bond.
That's what I'm trying to say, though. The lawyer can use that as a case to say, listen, if this is all you have as evidence, this is not enough because this is entertainment.
There you go. So if I'm a comedian, right, and I make a joke about some bullshit and you try to get me on a racketeering charge, right?
Crazy.
And it's a team of us comedians, yo. I'm some kingpin comedian that orchestrated all these murders and got laughs at night. That doesn't make sense to me, bro. So any form of media. So if I sit back and I am a television show writer and I write about a murder on CSI Miami or some bullshit like that, are you going to connect something similar from my past to that?
Here's what I think. I think that...
How far does it go?
I think it has to be part of the case, though, because I know there are cases where people have done stuff like that, where like someone's an author and they've been writing about what stuff they've been doing in their books as fiction. Yeah. You know? Or someone's a rapper and they rapped like that. It has been true in other cases. Okay. It's not always true, but I think that, again, if that's like the basis of your because they seem like they have real evidence in this case. Yeah. So the lyrics shouldn't even be... All right, so the lyrics should be secondary.
That's a good point with the book. Now, can I tell you something here? Do you know that O.J. Simpson wrote a book called If I Did It?
Yep, idiot.
So where do we go with that? He's already been acquitted of the crime.
If he did it, that's foul one. Like that's like violation on 10. Yeah. But say he wrote that book beforehand, I would say that could still be part of
I got
evidence, you know, because it's afterwards and he's been acquitted. Yeah. You know, that
stupid, man. Stupid.
That, you know, like how down bad you gotta be. Like
I read a book at If I Did It, man. I don't know. Those are the type of people that like rob your cell phone and then help you look for it in high school.
What? For sure. After swimming? Come on.
I'm telling you, man. Oh man, brother. Back from the break. Took a smoke break, but we don't smoke. Feel me? I gotta tell you something, bro. Came from the movies.
Yes.
You know, I'm a big MCU guy.
Yes.
Ended up having a lot of anticipation for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Had a chance to watch it the day it came out. I was very pleased. I'm a big Sam Raimi guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not super big. Like, the guy I went to the movie with, one of my homies, he's a super big Sam Raimi guy, but I respect Sam Raimi's
I didn't know he even did it till the end, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. But you can tell the difference in the movie.
No, it made sense after I saw it.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I like the fact that Marvel is trying something different. The sticking with the same action, quips, comedy shit. Like, I'm not really with that as much. I want people to like try something different. So I was happy with that. Did you watch it?
I watched it, fell asleep a little bit at the end, so you're gonna have to fill it in for me. Bro. Yeah, how did they eventually?
Did you sleep through Batman too?
No.
Okay.
Batman I was awake for. So how did they eventually save the multiverse, or how'd they find that book? Like, spoiler alert, this is about to be ruined.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Ruined to blood clot.
Yeah. So the movie ended with, where'd you end off? At what point? Wanda was doing shit. She was killing niggas.
Wanda was killing niggas, and that guy was trying to convince Strange that, I'll take you to I'll show you where the book is. But they didn't actually go get it yet. But he said,
I don't want to give like a full synopsis or whatever. Okay. But Strange ended up getting a book. They ended up fighting Wanda. Wanda realized the error of her ways, and the movie kind of ended around that point. I'm not gonna say anything more just in case.
Did you say that the solution to this movie was a woman finding out the error in her ways?
Yes.
And I fell asleep through that?
Yes.
Incredible. Anyways. Incredible.
Yes, so Wanda found out she realized the error of her ways, realized that everything that she did was fucked up until this point, murdering multiple people. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. But yeah, it was a solid movie, bro. I like the horror. I like the horror themes, bro. There was some genuine jump scares in there for me, bro.
Yeah, I can see that. There's a couple in there. I feel like the main thing that Marvel does well, that other action movies don't, and this is not just DC, even though DC I would take shots at all day.
Yeah.
This is not just DC, it's like any action movie. They don't make it so it feels like so-and-so should have died like 10 times. Like, you know, when you see a movie and you're like, you should have died at minute 25.
Yeah.
Why are we here 90 minutes in and you're still fighting 40 niggas at once?
Yeah.
Marvel, there's still a lot of fighting going on, but it's not scenes where you're like, okay, why did he even live through that? You know, you can possibly understand, okay, you won that battle. I see how that happened.
Yeah.
So that's a hard thing to do, it seems like, and they do a good job of that.
I appreciate the cohesiveness with Marvel. Having a story that is spanned like 20 plus movies and multiple TV shows. Speaking of, like, I just finished Moon Knight.
Oh, I still gotta watch that.
Moon Knight, yeah, it was solid. It was solid. Marvel still is trying to find their ground after like Endgame and shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people haven't had too much patience with this next set of movies after Endgame. But like, yo, just give these guys some time, bro.
How do you feel about what Marvel's doing with the tie-ins? Because seeing Wanda back in, I thought about WandaVision.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know,
I like the tie-ins, but I feel like they need to find a way to have a casual moviegoer kind of understand it more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I went to the movies with wifey, then she would have looked at the movie differently than I did, right? Because she's not watching WandaVision and all the Avengers movies and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I think they got to find a way to still make the movie more acceptable amongst like the casuals.
Yeah, because I think especially now too, because we're like 22, 23 movies deep with Marvel, like even if you don't watch Marvel, you know there's a lot you're missing out on.
Yeah.
So even if you don't know, you're coming in with the fear of, I don't know what's going on, more than you would even 10 years ago when they started doing this. So they had to kind of find a way to like put the casual watcher at ease, that they can be like, okay. Because there's some times when it's not even like the casual follower is not following along, but they might just feel that way because they know that other shit has happened in other movies.
They need like cliff notes, bro.
Yeah, cliff notes. Yeah, like they had a couple of moments where they were talking about the shit that happened with Thanos.
Yeah.
And they would kind of like spell it out, you know?
Exactly.
But they need like, you know, even more clear version.
Because if you didn't watch WandaVision, you're super fucking confused. Yo.
What?
You're like, yo, why is she running around looking for these fucking kids?
That's a part too where I was like, yeah, like there's just no way that everyone gets this.
Yeah, man. So I was sitting there thinking like, yo, I wish Wanda was more like my father and wanted to find me. But that's how I feel about that. Anyway, away from childhood trauma, you put something interesting in here in the news. Nike suing StockX.
Yeah, I thought this was very interesting because, you know, I'm into sneakers. StockX is probably one of the biggest resellers right now, if not the biggest.
Yeah.
Nike suing StockX say that Nike purchased 4 pairs of shoes from StockX.
Crazy.
Isn't that wild? Nike's purchased 4 pairs of fake shoes from StockX.
Crazy.
Like, I don't get how or why that was happening, but I've never gotten any fake shoes from StockX. But StockX is like a user-generated platform where people can like sell their own shoes.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's bound to happen, but I'm interested in what it does for StockX. StockX has always been like something verified. People always liked it because like, and there's like a process you can do where like you order your shoe and then it takes another day to like ship because it's being verified. So for that to still happen is interesting.
I mean, the copy game is I forget the term that they use for like copied shoes, but that game is like slowly growing. Like I'm starting to see replicas. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, the replica game is like slowly growing. Like I've seen so many Air Max 270s and 720s for like $50-$60 on like Facebook Marketplace. Like obviously this shit is a replica, you know what I mean?
Wild.
But yeah, there's a big reps market.
That's wild.
But it's kind of fucked up that you're marketing this shoe for a certain price, and it's fake. That was fucked up for sure. There should be some type of reprimandment for these type of people, yo, that are doing this shit.
I just feel like it's wild that you're even doing that. Like, is it not, to me, if you're in the replica game, why don't you just go in the reselling game and keep replicas out of it?
True. That's a good point.
Like get your Gary Vee on, You know, girls.
You gotta sell replicas, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you? Because that's the thing. You can get into this game and make money without scamming.
Yeah.
Even though reselling, some people consider that scamming. Like, that's technically, you're not scamming.
No, reselling, if it's dead stock, it's not scamming.
It's not.
Yeah.
But you could do that instead of actually scamming.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing, too, I'll say is, like, to be able to tell somebody's replicas, you need like that's the thing is like I don't even think about my shoes being fake when I order my shoes. I just put my foot in them and get to step in. So all the
see what you did there.
all the research you got to do to say like this is not the same stitching as the one on the picture. Like we're not all like investigative detectives,
bro. I used to care about that shit a lot when I was in high school. Oh my God. I mean, we went to the same high school, so you know the era. Now I just don't give a fuck personally, bro. Someone could be across from me in reps, and I don't care like that. I'm not a sneakerhead, bro. I'm getting older, fam.
It's not that serious. It's not that serious either. The other thing to me is like you can be fly for a low price,
bro.
Like
another story. So I was living with this guy back in same York U days and whatever. So I was living with homeboy. He was my roommate. This man, I used to have all the shoes. Any shoe that you could think of, I was trying to cop it. You know what I mean? Like I had a decent shoe collection.
You were plugged up.
I had some kicks. You know what I mean? This guy had no shoe game, nothing. He would go out and still get girls. He would go out and still get the love. And then that made me realize light bulb turned in my head. And I realized that I need to be a fucking minimalist in this game, bro. Why the fuck am I spending $250? Yo, no shame in your game. If you're buying it, you're buying it. I'm not knocking it. Sometimes I like to buy like a nice pair of kicks too. But I realized that does not equate into you getting what you want in life. You want that fly girl, she's not gonna look at, unless she's a sneakerhead, she's not gonna look at your kicks and say, yo, this dude's wearing reps. And
the kicks is not enough to do it. Like the kicks is not enough to do it. Like you know what I'm saying?
And if she is, that's probably not the girl you want to be with.
Yeah, like if the kicks will do it, we got a problem.
Yeah.
But the kicks is not enough to do it, man. You gotta have something behind that. So now you're right. Like that, I think that's the thing too, is like if you really love it, you gotta be doing it for you. I think
100%.
like because there's money you're spending, the stuff that it takes to do that. Like, and that's the thing too, is like I know a lot of people who like still follow shoes maybe like online, but maybe they're not buying as much, you know?
Exactly.
And their collection is at like 35 and they said, all right.
So when I changed my mentality to be more of a minimalist, what do you think happened to my ability to get women? Did it decrease? It stayed the same. It plateaued, fam. It stayed exactly. There was no bell curve, fam.
No bell curve.
It was still the same amount of women. Like you know what I mean? Nothing really changed. But anyway.
Yeah, I feel like it's time we moved on to some sports.
Yeah, talk to me.
A lot has happened in the NBA specifically since we talked last. The main thing is like the Brooklyn Nets getting swept out of the first round.
Oh man, yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do on this pod here.
Yeah, like I can assume you didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't.
Like,
not in the first round, at least.
Yeah, like what did you expect from them at least? Like,
I expected, to be honest, second round, East Finals, that type of flow. You feel me? I'm happy though. I think this is the first playoffs in about a decade or so without KD or LeBron in the second round. So that's definitely something different. It's ushering in a new era of the NBA. New stars like Devin Booker, Luka, like these type of guys that are coming in and doing their thing. So I like to see it. Tatum.
Yeah, I'm just anti-Boston to my core. I've
never been a fan of Boston, bro.
Yeah, like people think they can win the championship still.
Yeah,
I just can't.
I just attribute. It's fucked up. It's not. But I attribute a team to its city, and I just feel like as a black man walking through Boston, I won't get as much love as being a black man walking through Toronto or New York or Miami.
You won't.
So when it comes to the Boston Celtics and the Utah Jazz, I just don't like them because I know their fan base is secretly racist.
For sure. And two, like I think that I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm just got to be anti-Boston.
There you go.
Also, like Raptors Twitter against Celtics Twitter,
Atlantic Division.
It's real beef. So
Yeah.
I can't believe in them at all. I saw that they're bringing in new trophies for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Everybody gets a trophy. You get a trophy. I get a trophy.
I think this is interesting because I know that hockey has like a trophy for when you win your division or win your conference in the playoffs, but they don't have an MVP for it.
True.
I think having an MVP for this round is
conference
interesting.
Finals? Yeah.
I don't hate it because I think there's this like, especially with all these teams we have now, like if the Celtics were to win, like let's say this round was the East Finals, and the Celtics won, Al Horford might win this MVP of this series instead of Tatum. You know what I mean? Like,
so this holds weight to you, like this Larry Bird. Oh, just for the people to know. So there's the conference finals MVPs that the NBA is dropping in now. It's the Eastern Conference is the Larry Bird Trophy, and the Western Conference is the Magic Johnson Trophy.
Yeah.
Do these hold weight for you?
I think it has to hold some weight because here's my thinking.
Yeah.
In hockey, it's like you're the MVP of the playoffs when you win MVP.
Yeah.
And in basketball, we have the finals MVP, so it's that week. But and all these teams have scenarios. There's scenarios where on the way to the finals, another player performs or does something, and a lot of times those you remember at the time or in the moment, but as history goes on, you don't remember as much. Think about Pascal Siakam in the early rounds when the Raptors won their championship. He had some great games. He had great times in the finals, but he had great games before the finals.
Right.
And so I think this will at least, and because it's the conference finals, it's late enough that it's like a real series. Like a first round award, I think is like a little OD, but if,
Well, bro, where does it end? Like this
I
is like
hope it ends here.
I hope so. I think this is too much personally, bro, because I feel like with every award, the other ones lose their weight. The new ones lose their weight. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I feel that way, bro. Like, what's the next thing? Do you have an Eastern Conference semifinal award? Do you have a Finals MVP? Sorry, do you have a round MVP for every single round? Like, what are we doing here, bro?
Yeah, I think that's too much. But I like, this is a good place to end because Final Four, I think we got to celebrate Final Four in basketball. I think the NBA's culture is probably too much of like just the winner and nobody else.
I think the NBA is doing too much of experimental things with the general league awards. Like we did the award show that didn't work.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now it's like then we did the fan voting for the All-Star game. People are still hating on that shit. Like there's just a lot. Like I feel like I respect Silver, Adam Silver. He's done a lot for the game so far in his short time. But I think he needs to get back to the core of the game. Like the play-in tournament was a great idea.
Yes,
but we can't introduce all these new things so soon. Like I just heard about the conference finals MVP the other day.
Well, I think this is what I was about to ask. Like I think this is new. Like they just announced it. It's the first time it's going to happen. And I don't know if this is like an NBA 75 thing or this will be happening every year.
I feel like it's happening every year, bro. They call Larry Bird. You can't call Larry Legend for
and
no
then
reason.
say get out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I guess we got to see how it goes. But I thought of it two ways. One, it will highlight the players who may not, like Steph Curry might have 5 of these, have all the times they made the finals and no finals MVPs.
Bro, LeBron would have like 12, bro.
But that would be something that would be like the best players would still win it regardless, they would have a lot of it. Like LeBron having 12 of these would kind of not make up, but it would be like an example of his greatness, even if he isn't winning all the finals. And then the other thing is like the players who are like dominant. Yeah, this is another award to add to their thing. So if the Bucks go on and Giannis wins this, and the Finals MVP, it's like he didn't need the other one, but it's just another example of it's him.
I think if you're the Finals MVP, you're throwing the other one out in the trash.
This one LeBron's given to a cousin and say, "Yo,
100%.
Hold some paper with this."
One thing that I would show more respect for, I think the general audience would show more respect for with the awards, is if we keep the NBA the same in terms of awards and all that shit and accolades, keep it the same for 5 years. I feel like every year changing something and adding something, it gets a little tedious, bro. Okay. And we can't keep up. So if everything stays for 5 years, then we'll respect when a new change comes in.
I like that. Like five. I think five is probably long, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But I think like whatever, like the play-in tournament would be an example. Like minimum 3 years. After 3 years, we'll decide if you want to drop it or keep it.
Bro, it's hot as fuck. Toronto is hot as shit, bro. I am sweating. right now in the studio, bro.
Sweatiest pod I've ever done. For sure.
This is the sweatiest pod for sure. And it's hot as shit outside. You guys go enjoy your weekend, bro. Summer is here in the city. I hope it doesn't snow next week. It's Friday the 13th. I don't want to jinx it, but you never know, man. This pod's coming to a close.
Yeah, I'm honestly like sweating crazy. Like my real question here is like, do I have to buy a whole new shirt
for the Dave concert?
Yeah, like I'll give everyone like what's really about to happen.
Yeah.
Like the second this pod is over, like my bag is already packed. I'm gonna carry my laptop in my hand out the door, and I'm smoking the fattest blunt I can roll.
I hear that.
That's my recipe for the heat.
Yeah,
you know, once I'm ripped, then I'm good. So
when you and your brother got to do this thing for me. So when you and your brother get to Rebel, high off the fattest blunt ever.
Yeah.
And Dave performs, and he performs Wanna Know. I need you both to go get the illest wine that you can find in Rebel, please.
Yo, the Rebel wine to Wanna Know, wicked. Wicked.
You feel me? So I hope your brother's listening to this right now. But yeah, you guys go try to get the wickedest wine that you can find.
Listen, the last time I went to Dave, I did not see many women there.
Ooh. Dave has some female fans.
Dave,
come on.
What? Listen, if you make sure that likes Dave, keep her. It's 100%. But
Moody.
I'm hoping they show. That's it, Moody. I'm hoping they show up. I'm hoping that they show up tonight.
Yeah, I hear that. So, pod's coming to a close. We have the non-rap suggestion of the week. Talk to him. Who you got?
This one, he's nominated for a Juno. Juno's coming up. I think this weekend, Sunday. Yeah, this weekend.
So by the time, artists.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, but he's pretty big, and he is. Yeah, he's big time. He has a lot of big deals going on. He's doing his thing. This was one of my favorite albums of the year last year. I think I had this in my top 5. But this song is "Stay Alive" by Mustafa,
the poet. Yeah,
this is just real calm vibes. His music is really touching. So like if you're not in touch with your emotions and you're not ready to cry, then probably take some time for you to listen to this one. Or if you are ready to cry, then clear some time. But Mustafa "Stay Alive" is my non-rap suggestion for the week.
Fuck with it, yeah. I'm gonna give that a listen on my way home for sure. My non-rap suggestion of the week is a local artist, one of my close friends. Goes by Gifted or Gifted by Gifted on digital streaming platforms. He just released his album recently, and it's good, man. I've been listening to it. I've been vibing to it. So shout outs to you, Gifted. The song that I'm picking is Close Ones. I think that's the hit. You know when you hear an album and you hear one song and you're like, this is the song? That's how I feel about Close Ones. So shout outs to you, Gifted. Keep doing your thing.
All My Life is the name of the EP.
All My Life. You guys go check that out, all right? Shout outs to Gifted. Shout outs to Mustafa the poet. And the last segment, we did this for the first time when you weren't here. The last segment of the podcast is the Creator Showcase. I want to give a shout outs to the David and Athletic Center. Jeremy and Ben, you guys are doing your thing. You guys just started up this gym. It's been going on for quite some time. If you want to get top level basketball training at any age group, any age level, any skill level, these are the guys to go reach out to. The gym is clean. The gym is fresh. The gym gives you what you need in order to be the best basketball player that you can. So shout outs to these guys. Jeremy, Ben, you guys keep doing your thing. You guys go check out the David and Athletic Center.
Please. Yeah, I'm sweating like a bitch right now. I'm ready to go.
Yo, man, this is my second water bottle, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. So make sure you subscribe to us. Like 5 stars. Like follow us. You know what to do, man. I told y'all last episode.
Episode 13. You already know what it is, man. We sweating out here, man. But shout outs to you guys. This is not an unlucky episode. This is a very lucky episode. 1990 Studio. You already know what it is, and you guys will find us here again in 2 weeks for episode 14 of the Mayor's Office podcast.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to this episode. please subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere else you can play podcasts.